How you doing, subscribers? This is Harper with Community First. It's going to be over for fake politicians. And I'm very glad about it. I'm very glad that exposure time is here. Angela Rye, a few other people that are in government that are definitely not knowing what they're talking about, that has been aligning themselves with our American jurisdiction and our laws, that have no history of how to really rectify the law and make rectifications, are useless. They're basically irrelevant. They have no real reason to be in the seat that they're in, and they will learn very soon that white supremacy does not care. They have been used to try to detour, but now that it's turning around where the exposure is alive, they will be removed. And I'll say to immigration who's opposed to the rectifications and the justice claims of this country, who are opposed to it, you're outnumbered. You're already outnumbered. You think that you can come here and lean toward the powers that be, but blood is thicker than water. You're outnumbered. You will not have a relevant space in our society real soon. This is a prophecy to you. You will not be in our government system. Roland Martin is a pretty smart guy. Then again, he's not. He knows he's an immigrant. Today, or yesterday, a day before, he agreed to ADOS because ADOS is very important. American Descendants of Slavery is more important than one sentence or a paragraph can say in this moment, in this instant. It has been the battery and the backbone of everyone's success in this country where the milk and honey is flowing. And he dropped his opposing argument and continued on with the rhetoric of saying that it was right for us to obtain reparations due to our humanitarian crime that has been committed against us through chattel slavery in this country to build the milk and honey. So he understands the ideology. He understands the science of what could be and may happen. You're in the way. You're not only in the way of us being a success, you're in the way of our country getting on after its sins. You're in the way of our country apologizing and making amends. You're creating talking points and narratives that's detouring our country and detouring our government from saying, okay, let's correct this. And then they will remove you themselves. The one whose you believe that are our enemies will remove you very soon because now you are out of your jurisdiction of speaking. You don't know what you're talking about. This country is long standing, and a lot of people have come here to gain wealth and to be inside our jurisdiction for the milk and honey. They do not know what's really going on. They do not know what has really happened in our country. They have no education on it at all. And that is really dangerous, especially if you're in high positions, like politics, like news anchors. So sooner or later, not from long from here, you will see the irrelevance and the removing of people. You will see people turn their heads to what they thought was important. It's a new day. Black America has been a sleeping giant, and now she's woke. And with integrity and prestige and respect and shrewdness. However, these guys undermined our existence in this system due to the misleading and the misguiding of rhetoric in the fourth branch of government. Not really knowing that the crime has been committed. This has put them in the line of endow, has put them in the place of non-relevance. Angela Rye, Joy Reid, anybody else that stands in the way of America apologizing and doing due diligence of due diligence for their own people and their own people suffering. their own mulattoes, their own mulattoes, their own American descendants of slavery, their own black folks that are deserving of well-to-do lives and that are deserving of growth and development, that are deserving of their laws and constitutional rights. You will be unnoticeably as time go by and the sweet by and by. You won't hold your jobs. You won't hold your seat in government. You won't hold your power on mainstream media. You will not, because there will be no use for you. You're not deep. There's nothing deep about you. You were used. Your time is up. For you being passed around, papers being passed around and told to get on TV and have talking points that are basically mindless chatter right now. And soon will be even more mindless chatter, and even beneath that talking point, you will be removed from our government. You will be irrelevant and non-important because you don't have an education on what you need it on. You may have an expertise, and you may have a plaque or a degree, but you don't have the awareness that you need to make America, to make her strong, to bring her before the light so she can repent and move on. So the enemies that you supposed to be, that are someone else's enemies, are not. They're our family. And you will see, and you will be rebuked. So we've been telling you the whole time. So you will be rebuked. You will be rebuked in the eyes of our government and in the eyes of people that have a balanced, equal motive and agenda. Because you know nothing of what you talk about. You're advocating. We don't need a yes man. Nobody does. Neither blacks or white supremacy. We don't need a yes man. We need to correct our problems. And if you think you're going to be continually saying yes or no sir in front of white supremacy or anyone else, then you're just in the way. You're stopping things. You're stopping the flow of things. America needs to come to her senses. America needs to come to her rectifications in her jurisdiction. She's a rich, very rich, wealthy empire that you have came to enjoy, and that you were misled. Immigration. You do not have the history and the knowledge that are opposed to due diligence of rectifications in these United States of America. Thank you for joining me.